Hey folks, this is Syntax of Nails. I first would like to apologize for the horrible audio quality as usual. I haven't found a way to make it any better. Secondly, I'd like to thank you all for your continued support and interest and the time you're taking now to listen to this and check out what we've got in store. I'd like to firstly state that after some consideration, I've decided to go ahead and actually provide, I guess if you want, a screencast roadmap, so to speak. While I've been against roadmaps in the past for the sole purpose of trying to thwart anybody from potentially cherry-picking features and boasting that they were going to include them and then, essentially scamming people and people losing coin. That has been my primary reason for not sharing what we've got coming up. But I do encourage everybody to do your own research, to put some thought into, surrounding facts and so forth, and ask around. Because those familiar with Naos know that, whatever market movement or lack thereof, we're still here supporting what we create. If it breaks, we'll rectify the situation, and we'll do the best we can. So, with that being said, I'm rather confident that, as folks see our features coming out, or they're aware of what's coming, if they were to see another project pop out of the woodwork claiming these features, they would still, pretty much come back to us knowing that we're fully supporting what we produce. So that being said, I'll just jump right in and explain that the initial timeline of 2 weeks or so, with the release date of January 15th or 16th, has to be pushed back at least for the second half of the updates to Naos 2.0.2. The reason is that in development we often will have these unforeseen roadblocks that pop out and push timelines back, and that's exactly what happened here. Now, the authentication system I've written is custom. 2FA obviously is standard stuff. That's all in there and works great. The only issue surrounding that is typically in such an environment or with a login system like this, you'll have a remote server that contains at least partial data that is completely relevant and required for the auth to work. In the case of a local wallet, you've got, native exposed files. So what I have to do is actually modify PHP itself, so that way we can harden and strengthen this to the best of my ability in effort to, protect everybody's funds and their experience and so forth. So I will be releasing this in 2 parts. The first part will meet the initial time frame of 2 weeks or so with the release date of January 15th or 16th. The complete update will happen probably by the 1st of February, maybe within the first week of February. And it's completely necessary, and the end result, I think, is something that everybody will be happy with, especially in these late times of a lot of theft happening. It's pissed me off, quite frankly, to the point where I'm just tired of seeing people getting scammed and hard-earned coin being just blown away for no good reason other than greed. So with that being said, the first thing you might notice if you're familiar with Naos or already a user of the wallet is that it's no longer an instant dashboard. Now you're presented with a password prompt and enter your Google Auth token. There are a few things that I'd like people to just pay attention as you watch the video and I go through this demonstration that are pretty key here. And the first of which I'll explain is when you go through the login process, it's going to take a little bit longer than usual. It's not instant, and that is by design. The reason is we're encrypting the passwords with Blowfish. We're going through 15 rounds of hashing. There are some private details for the actual authentication system I can't disclose in the effort of security and interest of it, but publicly that's exactly what I can disclose. So what we'll go ahead and is right here, accept our password. Look at our phone, look at our Google Auth that is actually functional. Go over there. Wait a second, that doesn't look right. Why did that just tell me? Okay, it's right, we're still good. We don't want to save that password. Notice how long it takes. Alright, so now we're presented with our dashboard. I want you to take note of the balance up top. Our exchange balances and so forth. It's all legitimate. As you can see, it's our typical our wallet here, and this is the unencoded version, so there's a little bit of speed issue, well, in my eyes, plus I'm on a slow machine. So what we'll do is we'll log out. We'll come back here. Loading, of course, takes forever on this thing. We'll type in another password, look at our phone, grab our Google Auth token. We never save our password, that's bad practice. Now we have a new balance. So if you notice, these balances are different. We'll do this one more time, and I'll explain why. Log in there again. 88,000 roughly was the past balance. Now I've got 70,000. So the reason that is every password works. Every single password you type will never fail, even with the proper 2FA code. And the reason that is because when you've got somebody attempting to go ahead and steal your coin, they're not going to be able to tell the difference if you're looking at a real wallet or not. And that's exactly pretty much what most of my time has been spent on, is fabricating this subsystem that will completely fool somebody into thinking they're actually looking at your wallet when they're not. I will go ahead and log in with the real password after I demonstrate just how well this works, and following that I'll explain the fact that basically you've got your interface password and you've got your wallet passphrase. I strongly encourage everybody to keep those two things separate for many reasons. Now, another cool feature of this is the fact that, let's log out. Now we're at the password prompt to log in. What we'll do here is another feature I've coded in. It's cold here. To verify that the actual daemon we're running is sane. All of the wallet stealers out there right now, as you can see, are pretty seamless. And they don't really expose themselves, so you don't know your coin's being stolen until it's gone. So what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to stop the daemon from running just so we can safely move it alongside there, without any risk of corruption. Put the bad one in place. Start the server. As you can see, it's as if it's, the same exact daemon, not a wallet stealer. We'll go over here to login. Whoops, we can't. And this actually does work as it's running. So for example, if somebody were to replace it, what's in memory will work only. But if for example it was shut down, re-downloaded, rebooted, this will happen every time. So it won't allow you to actually proceed. It advises you to contact us, and I will happily look into the system and see what's been compromised, if anything, and help you out. So with that being said, excuse me, stop it safely. Go back here, start it up. Here's a bad password again. Here's a good Google Auth code. We don't save our password again. Can't stress that enough. Now I've got a whole new balance. So now I'm an attacker who's sitting at your desk, or let's say somebody remotely somehow gets in there, and I'm thinking to myself, this is really great. I'm going to prove to my mom that I'm not a loser. I've made something of myself. Mom, look. Mom, come here, look. I've got $140 in this coin that I've mined. I'm so cool. So basically, he's all proud of himself. He goes over here, he says, alright, I'm going to send this over to Johnny Loser. Let's see how much I can clean out from this guy, because he's only earned it the hard way. He doesn't really need it. So we're going to take this balance, put it in there, hit send. That needs formatting, but I'll fix that. Now this guy's like, oh my god, Mom, come here, check this out. I was just able to steal, earn all these coins. So now he's so excited, you know. He's never had that much coin in his life because he can't really do much with a computer other than download a wallet stealer and point the destination. So now he's over to trade, knowing that Nanos has built-in exchange functions. So he's like, wow, look at all this coin. I will never in my life see this amount of coin because, again, I'm utterly useless. So he goes over to withdraw on Bittrex. He's like, this guy's so stupid, I'm taking all of his money. So he's like, alright, 6 for 6, 29,000 coins for me. It's withdraw. Next thing you know, Bittrex is cleaned out. Bang. Now, you have that. You can see. It reflects the amount, and that will be formatted, of course, to all the 8 places, but so I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be rich. I'm just going to do this to everybody who's running Nanos, because it's so easy to break in. So he goes over to here from Blue Trade, and he's like, I got this. Before you know it, look at that local balance. It's humongous. I mean, he just made $800 or over 1,000 within, what, 5 minutes? He's like, let me try this over here. Let me see if my luck is that great. Withdraw. So before you know it, he goes through the withdrawal process, and he is completely rich. He's like, 3 Bitcoins. He's like, wow. He's like, I never even thought I'd have 1, let alone 3. So he's like, alright, here we go. Send it over to my other wallet so I can pawn this off at whatever price in the market accepts it. He takes his balance. He says, I'm cleaning this loser out. The next thing you know, click send. Again, formatting right there will be fixed, but you understand what's going on here. That's just a number format function. He just thinks right now he's cleaned out this wallet, and he's just so excited, and he's so happy with himself. And, you know, that's fine, because while he's sitting here like an idiot, thinking he's just stolen all your coin, if he's smart, he gets in, gets what he wants, and gets out. Whatever time he takes, he might just go ahead and say, alright, I'm done, log out, and he's, you know, never tries again. Meanwhile, you're notified that somebody went ahead and logged in with your password incorrectly. And that's the system that's lying underneath the original Nanos system. So we're going to log out here, just to demonstrate. Here's our wrong password again. That's the right Google auth code. So look at that. You know, like I said, every login is different. But what I'll do here is I'll point out some other cool features that are upcoming. If you notice at the top, you know, there's a couple new icons, and that is, of course, logout, which is self-explanatory, and updates. This will pull from our servers to find out if there are any relevant updates, and automatically pull them down and upgrade your wallet for you. This eliminates the necessity of having to A, trust download links, B, go through the whole process of downloading, and then our patch process. And in the past, if you've upgraded, you know, your wallet, you know that so it can sometimes be a little bit, I guess, troublesome. And basically, this eliminates the need for that. And this also does sanity checks to make sure that, you know, if it's a man-in-the-middle attack, we try to mitigate that and prevent it from happening. But we do have our own security that I put in place here for these files for sanity checks and restrictions, which is another part of the modified PHP core that I'm working on. So that way it's, you know, outside of the scope of just, you know, the front-facing entities. It's more at the core. And there's also some security in place to validate the sanity of the core itself. So the effort here is really in place to be as preventative as possible so that your hard-earned coin doesn't just disappear, and that you can still continue to enjoy the functions and features that we provide, you know, in a sane and healthy environment. One other feature I'll go into right now is if you go to settings, you'll have something here that is new, and that is your backup directory location, where you can specify where to back up your wallet, and you can schedule it. So basically you have three options. If you guys want more, let me know. We can go ahead and definitely put that in there, and your wallet will now automatically back itself up based on the timeline that you give it, the time frame, whatever duration. So with that being said, that's pretty much what I will go ahead and explain now. We've got a lot more coming in terms of features and some bug fixes and some community requests that are being fulfilled. But right now I think it's some pretty cool stuff that's actually working that I wanted to show you guys so you had something from me, so you're not sitting there wondering, is it dead? Is he really working on this? What's coming? Is this just a bunch of bullshit in plain English? And for those who know me, when I say I'm coding, I'm not kidding. So with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and thank you all again for listening, your continued support, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and if you need any help, as far as that goes, feel free to ask too. Thank you very much, and have a good night.